Hello again, this is Prajakta, and in my last video we spoke about how we could be using this time of stay at home to reconnect with the things we usually rush, such as the present moment. My suggestion today is that we can also use this time to encourage our kids to connect with siblings, to connect with each other. And we learned this in a serendipitous manner when we were traveling with our kids for almost a year to multiple locations for travel schooling. So as you know, social media is full of appeals for ideas about how to work while still engaging kids at home, right? And one of the things that most surprised us during our travels was when we left them to their own devices, how independent and creative children can get. Ever since Frozen 2 became part of our living history, my daughters, they're 5 and 3, they want to be Queen Elsa and Princess Anna all the time. They pretend for long hours to be these characters and have, in fact, invented their own language called Arendellel. Did I say that right, Sana? Yeah? Okay.
Arendellel.
Arendellel, yes. That's the language of the kingdom of Arendelle, where Elsa and Anna certainly hail from. So Shashank and I are totally clueless as to what's going on when they communicate in this gibberish for several minutes. But Sana and Sama, they're spot on. They are communicating. So my point is that a lot of parents tend to look down on pretend play as something pointless and something unhealthy even, but that's not the case. Pretend play can be very, very useful to develop complex imagination and play out scenarios in their minds. So really, it's a great way for their minds to grow, but at the same time, it's also a great way for siblings to bond, and we've seen this happening between our daughters when we were traveling with them. So instead of racking our brains and taking it upon ourselves to entertain our children, why not allow them to tell us who they would like to be and what they would like to do? Trust me, these games, these pretend make-believe games can be very entertaining, sometimes exhausting, but really very entertaining with all sorts of things that they come up with and who they become in these games. Like everywhere from glamorous things like astronauts to, really unglam things that you would never expect, like the barista or the drive-through lady. So it is also that rare chance for us to peek an insight into who your child really is at heart and how they relate to each other, what are their feelings for each other. One of the feelings that we increasingly saw in Sana coming up while we were traveling together was she became extremely protective of her little sister. Which is also, by the way, similar to what they showed in Frozen. So I don't know which came first, whether it was an induced protectiveness or otherwise. In fact, last summer we were on the road for a full 17 days driving across rural US. And really, in the car, my daughters had no choice but to entertain themselves and engage themselves with just each other. So in fact, it's a great parallel. It's a great parallel when everyone in the family is kind of in each other's space and has to be at home at the same time and even work. It's a great opportunity for siblings to bond, for parents to let them bond and to use this as source of information about their children's relationship with each other. And at the same time, it's a little bit of a hands-off approach or a hands-off approach to let them decide what they want to engage in. So I know that this is not a complete solution to plan your whole day with your kids, especially right now in this stay-at-home phase. But if you let them get bored and figure out their own ways, you would be easing things considerably for yourself. And what's even more important is that you would be really allowing their minds and their relationship to fly and to grow. So I hope you find this useful. We've found pretend play extremely useful and good for our kids when we traveled. And still, stay safe, stay calm, and remember to smile at each other. See you.